fuck is up, gamers? It's your boy the Goods, and we are here for episode number 20. I need to amend that. I don't know why I didn't do that for the last video. It's embarrassing. I had it set as 2 episode 18s. In the last episode, you guys, we started trial number 2. Some crazy shit went down. Or this is trial number 3, technically. I need to just do one more adjustment here. One more adjustment. There we go. Okay. Alright. So we need to talk to him. Or what do we need to do? We need to present the newspaper. Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this?
The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition? Of course!
No, not that. The story's on the back page.
What story? The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not?
Poor Mr. Reaper! What's happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zieks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you.
Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know.
Very well. If it interests you.
It does, strangely. And now we can ask him about that.
Fortunately, Lord Van Zieks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter.
But that's incredible! They were armed with guns! Why was he attacked, though? Do we know? Why do you think?
It's related to events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Zieks. But the man was acquitted. I've no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes.
Large sums of money?
A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday.
But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely?
The victim's henchmen certainly seem to think so. He was a man by the name of Osman, Mr. Odie Osman.
I don't get that pun. Did you say Osman?
That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition!
Oh, that's why I recognize it, okay.
Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization.
Oh, so they think that he did it on purpose, okay. Unbelievable. Now I'm understanding why a lot of things are happening. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart?
Try me!
Why do you use Lord Van Zieks as a prosecutor? Cause he's a fucking good prosecutor. He only lost because of the, plot armor we have. All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. And fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zieks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still. Something's clearly going on here.
I have Van Zieks work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him.
But that doesn't make sense. How can you explain the way so many have died if not by someone's hand?
Van Zieks may have earned himself the moniker of a Reaper, but he is no killer, so he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course.
Tricky, bro. Tricky business.
Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late.
Because of the fucking bullshit he was talking about earlier.
My colleagues may be starting to fidget.
11 hours late? That's quite something.
That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you.
Yeah, so we've been here for,
So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man.
I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Van Zieks now?
I would assume he's at his office.
Right, I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth.
Away with you now! I'm leaving Professor Hairbrain's defense entirely in your hands.
Of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord. Just once, I want them to give us somebody who's guilty and not make it like a huge, like, end-of-game plot. I just want them to make him guilty. I think they did that in the first one, actually. Never mind. Never mind. That was literally the first thing they did, was like, homeboy did it, but we had to cheat or some shit. So we've never been here, ever. We've never been to this place. Okay, so there's a... Oh, this is actually a really cool office. I actually kind of like this. TVH, bro.
Oh, so this is the legendary Reaper's office?
Yes, it appears so.
Ah, it sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deadly atmosphere!
Oh, is that... What the fuck is he doing? That hooded figure was so still, I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is.
What are you doing here?
Ah! He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, I'm glad to see you're well.
I am.
So, who's the person over by the wall being punished for something or other?
No punishment is taking place here.
Oh.
That's my apprentice, and he's sitting there of his own free will.
I didn't know you had an apprentice. It must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper. Oh. I was wondering who that was. I thought that was the person who attacked him.
He's very able in combat, a requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage.
Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers? On the U?
The Reaper. I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming that is such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtrooms.
Okay. So, I want to present the armband, because apparently that gives us a thing. I don't really care what he has to say, actually. I just want... Okay, that's cute. I just want the, yeah, the... I don't know if you heard it, the accolade, they call it. Achievement's what I call it. Okay. So we need to progress the story, present the Great Exhibition newspaper. Okay, so I need to slip in that then. Apparently you don't even have to talk about the other. I can literally just skip past a lot of this, TBH. Because it seems like I just have to present the newspaper. But I'll also exhaust all the dialogue lines. Lord Van Zeeks, about the article in this paper.
Ah, yes. It seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me. It looks as though it was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though. Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them.
But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems. I want to know who the fuck that is. And I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it?
As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice.
Why does he have a, like, scale model of the fucking exhibition? Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him? Okay, so let's just go through all the dialogue lines. Lord Strongheart said that the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack?
True. Carried out by henchmen of Odie Osmond's criminal organization. The investigation meant their arrests were imminent. Presumably, some hoped to kill me before that happened.
Odie Osmond?
He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, a global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhand means, via his criminal activities. And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper. But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances, it was a most unusual cause of death.
I know about that. It was a super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Osmond died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion.
Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you?
Well, no. That does seem a little far-fetched. If this man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death at least.
It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Bruno? I mean, what with you taking on the Professor's defense for the trial tomorrow?
What?
You're going to be defending him.
Oh yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest.
Albert Hairbrain.
That's right. Do you know him by any chance?
Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at university together.
You're...
What?
Motherfucker. Okay, so... The Reaper's identity is supposed to be what I do next, is what it says. What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean...
I'm a crown prosecutor and not a mortal, and a mortal like any other. I'm no demigod. But they've all died, haven't they? The people you've prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in a conviction or an acquittal. Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who, without question, deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them.
But... that's not true of Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all.
Nor was Jenny! In fact, she's ever so hardworking now.
Is she free, or did she go to, like, little prison?
I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this. If any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of...
Jesus.
It was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work.
Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way.
But you were attacked by these ruffians because they believe it's true. The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially.
Oh.
It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives.
Do you mean to say...
I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly and with honor.
But it's putting you in danger! You could be killed!
If that is my fate, let God decide.
Lord Van Zeeks. Alright, let's talk about your contemporary. I understood that Professor Hairbrain was from Germany, though.
Hairbrain's from a respectable British family. After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research, that's all.
So you were students together?
I was in the Faculty of Law, of course, and he in Science, so our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along, though I've not met him since my university days. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you of all people representing him.
Only if I make it out of this office alive. He's actually been charged with murder, it seems.
Yes, I know, because the prosecution will be handled by me.
By you? But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends.
We are friends, it's true.
Then why would you do this?
If the Reaper's the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed.
What's Lord Van Zeeks thinking? I don't know. No way to know that.
TBH, bro.
He's in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose. Ah, like you are to Hurley then, Runo.
I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with a great detective. Yeah, can we get a read on this guy? Can he turn around?
He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack. It looks like he's wearing...
Oh, it looks like he's wearing some kind of mask?
Yeah, what's that about?
On Lord Strongheart's orders. No nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity.
But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual?
Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be good reason for his actions.
I hope you're right. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hello? Oh!
The task is complete? Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs.
Nice to meet you? How terrifying. Back to work again. That was really strange, though. I'd never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter.
Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it.
Oh, I see.
Why are you so interested in my apprentice anyway?
Oh, no, I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to... The way he stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture. It couldn't be. Couldn't be who? Couldn't be who?
Ah yes, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Oh, what's that?
That Nipponese man, is he faring well?
Sorry?
The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago, with the stoop and the mustache and the jitters.
Ah, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that list, Runo.
He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day.
I see. Well, I think we can end our discussion there, don't you? There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it investigating the case.
Okay, so we do get to go to the thing just after this. Like, after of this. Thanks for the advice and the conversation. I can't believe he's asking after Suzeki-san, after a Nipponese. I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried.
I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you? That's a turn up for the books!
A mad scientist? Oh, you mean Professor Hairbrain. Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Zeeks, I think. Okay, so... I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hold on. I know it's like... Hold on, I don't wanna spoil details. I don't wanna spoil details. I'm spoiling details. I'm spoiling details. Oh my god. I'm not telling you what I just read. Actually, I will. You want to know what I just read? I went into his Wikipedia page, right? Spoilers, skip ahead like 2 minutes, right? I went to his Wikipedia page, and I was looking down the part where it has associates, because I was hoping it would put apprentice and then the name. And it mentioned something about his brother dying and his brother's killer, blah blah blah, all this shit, right? So I was like, oh my god, okay, that explains something, is that his brother died. That's probably why he doesn't like Japanese people. That's the incident, whatever. And then I was like, okay, just skip past that, skip past everything, right? And then I see KAZUMA Asogi, apprentice. And there were no other names. The only relations and whatnot was his brother is fucking Gregson for some reason, and KAZUMA Asogi apprentice, which is fucking insane, by the way. Absolutely crazy for them to just. I'm almost mad. I'm hoping I misread that shit. The warden said cell 11. That's this one.
Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner. Look.
What's his name again? Professor Albert Hairbrain, wasn't it? Excuse me, Professor Hairbrain? There's two voices we can do. And I think I know which one I want to do, solely for the reason I don't think I'm ever going to get a chance to do it in this game. Just based on my assertions here. Also because of his thing.
Who are you?
Arminosuke Naruhodo. I'm a defense lawyer.
A lawyer?
Was it something I said?
A lawyer, you say? Would you be here? About the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis?
Your hypothesis? Sorry, I don't...
Yesterday's demonstration! That magnificent demonstration was... It was an out-and-out success by anyone's calculations! But despite that, no one listens! No lawyer believes in the science! When it's explained, they all leave at high velocity!
Now it's probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration leave for a while too. Yo, what are we talking about concentration for? Hello? Alright, so I need to talk about yesterday's demonstration. You mentioned the demonstration yesterday.
The papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, the man died in the explosion, didn't he? Yes, you can interpret the results that way if you really wanted to. Well, I suppose in the strictest sense, the experiment was a failure, but at the same time, it was a great success!
You've lost me.
I saw it with my own eyes, right there in front of me. Mr. Osmond was spontaneously disassembled. Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculations had predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed to the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis. However,
the machine exploded and Mr. Osmond in fact perished.
Yes, I can't deny that part of the experiment was a failure.
So what you're really saying is, the large explosion that killed Mr. Osmond was an accident, correct?
But the bigwigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder. I was responsible for a man's death. That is the immutable truth here. And for that, I wish to be punished. At once! But... Murder? Never in a million years! It was an accident! Simply an accident!
I see.
Hurley and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder.
How exactly?
Well, if it really was an accident, the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody.
On what grounds?
The grounds it killed somebody!
Yes, it's newly established here in Britain. The Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
That one passed me by.
But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll say my machine was the murder weapon, and they'll be able to pour over it as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My precious hypothesis will be stolen. The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial.
Oh, I see now. So we're trying to protect his invention, too.
Tell me about your invention, actually. So in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition Showground yesterday.
Yes, or rather no. The devil is in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion.
Sounds the same to me.
You were demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating. Humans, like all matter, are made up of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible, using a sufficiently high voltage, to break those bonds and beam the particles through space. That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see? That's my amazing hypothesis!
Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science.
Oh, but dare to imagine it! Dare to dream of such incredible technology! Just think, one moment I could be here in this cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again!
Well, yes, that would be incredible.
And the next, Oh, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at the great Parisian theater, say. The possibilities are endless. The whole world, a vast planet would be within reach.
So no more hiding in wardrobes on rocky seas for 50 days?
I don't really see it like that.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk. My word! That's exactly right! What is the implications? What does this mean? Oops, that's got Professor Bunnybrain really worried by the look of it.
Clearly this is yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose.
The point is, my calculations are flawless. This science works. But without a practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always the fly in the ointment. Because practical demonstrations cost a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have. That's exactly it, yes. Hell, he's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science. Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time. I met the well-known investor, Mr. Osborne.
The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean? Oh, he was paying for it. The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. Odie Osmond, wasn't it? What exactly was your relation with the man?
He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now. He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thanked my lucky stars.
I see. So you hadn't really known each other until then. Interesting.
Money for scientific research. I'm so envious. As far as I was concerned, the man was an angel.
Oh, really?
An archangel, even. He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for a presentation at the Grand Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect additional financial support for my research from the British government. Mr. Osborne provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications.
Oh, so you didn't make it. That's a valuable clue. Can I get that in writing?
But then your dreams are blown to dust in one enormous explosion. As you can see, I owed everything to Mr. Osborne. I would never even have thought of taking the man's life.
Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying. Alright, let's get this part out of the way. I understand Lord Van Zeeks is a friend of yours from your university days?
Yes, that's right. He was studying law whilst I was studying science.
What was he like back then?
A good question. Unassuming, gentlemanly, and all-around nice fellow, really.
Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless prosecutor, Barak Van Zeeks. What was he like when he was at university?
Talk about a leading question, Bruno. As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman. After all, he is a little darling of the Van Zeeks family, with all its great aristocratic origins. Oh, I didn't realize he had such a noble blood.
Little darling? The fuck are you talking about?
It was a bit of a shock when I came back to Britain and learned what he'd become. The Reaper of the Bailey, no less.
Yes, that's right.
I did hear so. Says there was a very big event in his life that completely changed him after graduation.
Really? What sort of event?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. I wasn't in the country at the time. I was in Germany already.
Oh, yes, of course. But you know. He's heard all about the Reaper. I really don't have the heart to tell him that Lord Van Zeeks will be the prosecutor in court tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not fucking telling him. The fuck do you think I am? So, Professor, let me make absolutely sure I've understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday, that was an accident, you're saying? You had no intent to harm the victim, who is in fact the sole investor in your work. Is that correct?
As correct as 2 squared is 4! I swear it! Yes, it's true that the man perished in the machine of my invention. So I know I'm far from blameless in all this. But still, I would never use my discoveries, my inventions, to take a person's life. Not in a centillion years. I'm a man of science. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. Do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis? Science is the pursuit of truth, you know. I've always believed that, all my life.
I'm afraid I don't know much about science or your theories, but I do believe you. And I will fight to prove your innocence with all my might. I'm a man of the law. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please!
When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very important. Nationality, class, lineage, none of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can achieve anything.
Thank you for that, Professor.
And thank you in advance for defending me tomorrow in court. Alright, Bruno. It's time. Time to visit the great exhibition.
Sorry?
Well, that's where the incident happened, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose that's true. Oh, it's time to investigate, okay. So yeah, after 2 episodes of talking to people, God, this game. Now we can actually investigate in the investigation stage. Which, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I have that entire part, that entire part, that entire part, all of that bullshit. Jesus. There's so much left. There's wait, oh my god, I'm spoiling it for myself again. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time where we go to the Great Hall Exhibition Hall and investigate the explosion machine. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!